Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. Pride and dignity, while beast taming sect's disciples pleaded every time, in hope of receiving the same saving flick their brothers got. What started off as mockery, the crowd grew bored as well, taking to yawning as a much better alternative than wasting their contempt on something worthless. The insurmountable distance between the sects had turned the competition into a ceremony of respect to their Lord Savior. Only Kuei Gang and you, still in the Radiant stage, had to work a bit to get their win, though just a couple of moves. The extra wide meridians did wonders to bridge cultivation gaps. Until it came to a head, the fight between Zhuo Fan and Hui Xiong. Bunch of good-for-nothing cowards. Let me show you how it's done, how you fight for the beast-taming sect. Hui Xiong roared, mocking his fellow disciples as he went on stage. Like a mighty and unbeatable general, he walked on with his head held higher than ever thought possible. Elder Liu was already numb from the humiliation each round inflicted, but now seeing Hui Xiong on stage, his hope rekindled. The name of beast-taming sect rests solely on your shoulders. Make sure to make him suffer. Of course, master. Leave it to me. I'm not like those sniveling fools. I will bring back all the glory. Hui Xiong roared with laughter. The other disciples' faces fell, giving him despising grins. What does winning against such a weak opponent give you? Pride? Any one of us would have been just as bold in your stead. Zhuo Fan got up and walked on stage, with the same calm expression as always. Fiend Yang shouted in worry, Zhuo Fan, hold back, you hear? Don't hurt him.
Yeah.
I know. What's the fuss about rigging a match? Zhuo Fan mocked and waved him off. Fiend Yang felt not in the least reassured, in fact, his worries mounted. Guai Hu advised, Venerable, Steward Zhuo has the sharpest mind among us. If I could learn to hold back, he is sure to be a master at it. What do you know? Your cases are different. Fiend Yang sighed, showing off your ethereal stage expert vibes got your opponent running scared and begging for mercy. Of course you went easy, but look at Hui Xiong and that grin he has like he wants to play. So you tell me, can you hold it in? Thinking about it, no, he probably couldn't. Hui Xiong was begging to be trashed, plastered, and broken into tiny little pieces, and the on and off taunts weren't helping his case. He was looking at Zhuo Fan like he was the king of the world. Who wouldn't be pissed off at that? No way. Everyone shook their heads. Guai Hu gnashed his teeth, this guy just doesn't know when to quit his bragging. If it were me up there, I wouldn't kill him, I'd cripple every bone in his body. That's what I've been saying. I can only hope Zhuo Fan's patience runs deeper than the earth. If the guy dies, our plan's effect is cut in half. Fiend Yang was praying now, hoping for a miracle, the miracle of patience. On stage at last. Zhuo Fan's appearance earned some sharp glares. Not just Yan Mo and the Han brothers were watching his every move, but there was another one, in the shadows, right by the entrance, watching with a most intense gaze. Yongning and Shuang were giddy that the star of the show, by their account, was here. They both had nothing but tender looks for him. Punk, your sect has humiliated us so far and now, yours truly will take it all out on you. It's all your rotten luck to blame for getting the same number. Hui Xiong was getting more annoying and brash by the second in his taunts. Yanmo's side was right to mock him. Dumbass. Fiend Yang's side remained silent, all chanting a silent prayer that Zhuo Fan would turn the other cheek. Luck had it, Zhuo Fan's mind and heart had shown tremendous growth since he came to the sect. No matter how much Hui Xiong blustered or taunted, nothing could break Zhuo Fan's tranquility. Fiend Yang eased a breath, then his heart thumped back into overdrive. Zhuo Fan frowned, sensing something was calling to him. He turned his head to the entrance, peering at the shadows, and his eyes shook. Hui Xiong paused, taken aback that his time to show off and insult his opponent was taken for clowning around with how his opponent never looked at him, and he grew more furious. Fine, you ignorant simp. A puny third-layer Radiant stage dares to ignore me? You're asking for it. Hui Xiong roared. Punk, I'll give you 10 moves, free to do anything to me while I won't move a muscle. Hui Xiong's roaring entered the audience's ears only to earn their rolled eyes. A peak radiant stage showing off before one in the third layer? Why don't you pick an ethereal stage expert if you got the guts? Nothing more than a coward picking on the weak. Yan Mo's side sneered, what a moron. The instant that guy moved, you're done for. Yet nothing happened on stage. Zhuo Fan looked frozen, his eyes widening, staring with intent at the entrance's shadows. As for Hui Xiong's gutsy declaration, he heard nothing of it, still standing there as his mind went out of commission. Everyone was taken aback, even his sex side. Fiend Yang thinking, what's wrong with him? I did tell him to go easy on the guy, but not so much as to let him do what he wanted. Why isn't he moving? Hui Xiong had a grand epiphany, a miracle thinking of his thick skull housing that little brain of his. Ignorant fool, did I scare you? But don't think for a second this will change things. I will not go easy on you since I'm a man of principle. Hui Xiong shone in a gray hue and a huge bear image formed behind him. Its power ran rampant, its aura bearing down on the barrier so much that it turned gray as well. Everyone cried in shock, having come to a newfound realization of this narrow-minded thug. Guo Hu was also amazed. Hui Xiong knew only to bluster all day, every day, yet at the end of it all, he wasn't beast-taming sect's top disciple for nothing. I was no less than Qi Changlong's previous level. Not like it would make a damn difference with Zhuo Fan around. If he had any other opponent in the Radiant stage, he would have some pretty good odds of winning. As for this case, not a snowball's chance in hell. Guo Hu and the disciples watched the one-man show with pity knowing Zhuo Fan's true power. What a waste of good strength, thrown in the jaws of the beast. Whoosh. The gray bear behind Hui Xiong came at Zhuo Fan, enraged that even this wasn't enough to get him out of his stupor, and unleashed a mighty paw attack. Punk, you asked for it. Mid-profound ranked martial art, descending bear paw. As the paw came crashing down, the tile under Zhuo Fan shattered, flinging rocks everywhere. The immense power sent howling winds within the barrier. Any average guy would turn into a meat patty under such a paw. Not Zhuo Fan though, he merely raised an eyebrow, his fixed stare still on the entrance to unravel just what was giving him the strange feeling. He had no time nor care to mind what happened around him. The crowd gasped, worried for Zhuo Fan. Is he scared to death, frozen in place? Even the girls in the stands were worried. Fiend Yang's side was perplexed as to what brought this on. While some of the people around felt fear, others felt worried. What was universal though, was doubt. Only Zhuo Fan stood stock still, his piercing gaze never budging. Who? Two flickers of light shone in the shadows and Zhuo Fan felt a danger like never before taking over his mind. Purple lightning exploded out of him, his red Qilin arm shone bright red in its glorious and awe-inspiring power, and his eyes flickered with azure flames. Zhuo Fan's 3 trump cards were out of his control, coming out like he was facing mortal danger. It was at this time the bear paw came crashing down. Zhuo Fan reacted purely on instinct, raising his fist and attacking. Boom. Scarlet flashed, purple lightning crackled, and the two powers combined into a devastating force coming right at Hui Xiong. Whoosh. In that instant, before Hui Xiong could even register what happened, he was gone, consumed by the billowing power of the Qilin arm and the savage purple lightning. There had not been time to even let out a cry. One might argue that he was so taken by the suddenness of it all he didn't know how he even died. And so passed Hui Xiong from this world, from oblivious to oblivion. The almighty power was far from finished, slamming into the barrier. It shook like a leaf under the purple lightning eating at it. The judge furrowed his brow and cried out, but even he did not have the time to reinforce it as it caved and shattered. As for the power of the punch, it exploded with lighting ever forward and right into beast-taming sect's disciples. Boom. The jarring thunderous sound came as the mighty aura went through them, through the walls, and lost in the horizon. The only sign of what had happened was the crackling of purple on the debris. Dust and thick smoke rose, and once it passed, beast-taming sect's team was erased from this world. Only a faint blue mote shook now and then, wailing in pain. What the hell is going on here? Elder Lu? The judge shouted, looking at the smoldering ruins with shock. Beast-taming sex disciples are annihilated. Not even the elder's body survived, only his soul. SSS. The judge's gasp echoed with utmost clarity in the arena, making everyone stare lost, then they came to as they blinked at the center of the stage. The dust was fading now and revealed first the sharp eyes and a solemn face. His red arm pulsed, sending frightening power every time.